Ready to get your Game of Thrones on? What is up, superfans and Westerosians? This is another edition of the Quantum Corner. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, comment down below. That will link you into our giveaway, and I'll talk more about that at the end of the video. So make sure and watch all the way through. Okay, so today we are going to break down Season 8, Episode 2, Game of Thrones. Basically going to run down the highlights of the biggest points, give you a little bit of my insight, and then maybe a little something about what I think could be coming next week. So let's get right into it. Alright, so first off, we see Jaime Lannister show up and basically get the straight up evil eye from Bran Stark. And if you don't remember, back in the pilot episode is when he pushed Bran out of the window to protect basically him and Cersei's relationship, which basically caused Bran to lose his legs and be paralyzed. But there's something else that happens with those two, and I'll talk about that a little farther in. So basically, Jaime shows up. They're going to have the trial of Jaime. He's in the room with the lords, with Queen Daenerys, with Jon Snow, Sansa. Basically, everybody that wants to kill him has one reason or another to kill him. So Daenerys starts talking basically about how her and her brother Viserys used to sit there and make stories about what they would do to the man that killed their father had they ever got him. So tensions are getting high. Basically, Lady Brienne steps up, vouches for Jaime, explains to everybody, not only did Jaime stand up for her and protect her from being raped at the cost of losing his hand, but also his oath is why Brienne went after and saved Sansa Stark, because the oath he made to Catelyn Stark. So it does show that Jaime has a more honorable side, and you really start to see the feelings that Brienne has for him and what he has for Brienne as the episode continues, along with from the past seasons, and I think they're really building to that. Okay, so the next part, again, about Jaime. This is later in the episode when he actually meets with Bran out in the Godswood, and you can tell he's remorseful for what he did, and he basically goes up and apologizes to Bran. But to his surprise and mine as well, Bran basically tells him had he had not pushed him out the window, Jaime would basically still be the loser that he was, spoiled, you know, rich boy, blonde hair, lion loser, basically in so many words, and he would never become Three-Eyed Raven. And this doesn't really give Jaime much comfort, but I guess it kind of does show a little bit, you know, well, the way things happen had to kind of work out this way. So the next biggest point, I think, is Sansa and Daenerys. After their kind of from the first episode, I was waiting to kind of see how this would shake out, and they almost had a really tender, special moment. Basically, as they're talking, and Daenerys is explaining how much she loves Jon, and look how she brought her army. All she ever wanted to do was hold the Iron Throne. And instead, she's out there at Winterfell kind of fighting Jon's war. And you start to see Sansa kind of realize that she really does love Jon too. And everything's all lovesy-dovesy, they're holding hands, until Sansa mentions, well, what happens? Say we survive the Night King's war, what happens then? The North vowed that they would never be under the South's rule again. And it doesn't look like Daenerys is too quick to give her that. So we'll have to wait as things go on and kind of see how that shakes out. Okay, so getting to the Night King and the army attacking the castle, basically attacking Winterfell. So Bran's got this plan. He basically states that the Night King wants him more than anybody. Basically, now that he's a Three-Eyed Raven, he contains all the memories, you know, for human existence. And that's something the Night King wants to wipe out. He basically wants to wipe out humans. He wants to make it an all-night. And they kind of bring to this point of what is death? Death is forgetting. And that's what the Night King wants, maybe to forget everything and everybody else forget everything. Maybe he's still tortured with that small part of himself that was once a man and wants to forget it all. So Bran comes up with this plan to lure in the Night King and basically try to take him out, because if you take him out, all the other basically dead or gone as well. Basically, he's the one who created them all, so you kill the master, all the puppets fall. So basically, it's a good plan, but here's the thing, and I'm going to jump a little bit ahead. At the end of the episode, when you do see the Night King's army lining up coming towards Winterfell, you don't actually see the Night King, which leads me to my next point. Is the Night King even there? Or did he perhaps take the dragon and maybe some of the army south towards King's Landing? Because what he could be planning is to hit them on both fronts, so they don't have a time to recoup and team up, but they got two battlefronts going at the same time, and that could be a lot trickier to fight. So we'll have to see in the next week's episode if that carries through, if that carries true, or if not. But I really think it has a good chance. Okay, so the last and biggest highlight of this episode was Jon and Daenerys down in the crypt. You see Jon standing there. Daenerys comes in to kind of console him, talk with him. This is getting down to the last few hours before the army shows up. And she's talking about Lyanna Stark and how she couldn't believe, like, her brother Rhaegar, could do that, could rape her after all the good things she heard about him helping, helping the needy, and he had a wonderful voice and could sing and used to do all these nice things. Like, how could he rape Lyanna Stark? And this is where Jon drops the bomb. That basically his parents are Rhaegar Targaryen and Lyanna Stark. And it's definitely shocking. Again, in this episode, a lot of facial expressions really showing the emotion or the tension in the episode, just like the first episode. And it doesn't change with this scene here. You really see that in Daenerys. But it's really more with Daenerys. You see her instantly protective of her claim. She's more like, wait, he's got a claim to the throne now. Yeah, I know. I'm just like, Daenerys, you guys got to worry about survival. You're in love. You'll probably both be on the Iron Throne. So what are you really worried about? Jon's not that type of guy anyways. So basically she kind of questions, well, it's your brother and Samwell's saying this, so is that really true? And he's telling her, I believe it with all my heart. Like, this is my best friend and my brother. And basically they're interrupted, and this is when the army actually shows up, the army of the dead, and they're kind of broke off. And it's really at a moment in the show when there's a lot of tension building up and different scenes with different characters, and it's kind of like cut, with the Night King arising. So basically what it looks like next week's episode is going to kind of be the big battle. It's basically going to be an entire episode focused on the battle. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a longer extended episode, so next week's breakdown might be a little bit longer, but we'll just kind of see how it goes. Again, we'll see if I'm right about the Night King. And then also, with this battle happening, I don't really see them winning the Battle of Winterfell because it would kind of be over. So if you, back to episode 1, Theon's sister talked about going back to the Iron Islands to kind of set it up as a support and a fallback point for Winterfell in case they lose the battle. So I'm kind of thinking that's probably what's going to happen. I'm assuming that most of the characters, the main characters, will probably get out by the skin of their teeth, and then that's probably when they'll fall back to the Iron Island. So just speculation. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Definitely let me know what you thought about the video, about the episode. Do you like these breakdowns? Are you excited for next week? Yeah, let me know what you guys think, because your feedback matters so much. And don't forget, subscribe to my channel, like this video, comment down below. That will get you into our giveaway, and our next giveaway prize is a poster, and we'll be at 200 subscribers. So keep watching, keep sharing, keep paying attention, guys. For the Quantum Corner, I'm Matt Stockholm saying, stay super, everybody. Thanks, guys.